Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa Light on our corporate social responsibility at Illumina. And today I am excited to have Mina Ingram, an educator from Westview High School.
Thank you for having me, Vanessa.
Yeah. So we have heard from some incredible speakers, and I think you are here, you are a really unique attendee for the Illumina Genomics Forum. And so I'd love to hear a little bit about your perspective as an educator of what you've been most excited to see.
Well, I think the first thing I'm most excited to see is the importance of communication at every level. At the high school level, being able just to communicate their understanding and being able to talk to each other and share their thoughts and ideas. And it's definitely evident here that people want to collaborate, they want to share, and they want to bring their different perspectives. And to me, that is the most amazing thing that I've seen through every session is that willingness to collaborate, to communicate, and to use education as that vehicle to reach their goal.
Yeah. And what was the inspiration for you becoming a teacher?
Well, honestly, I started off being a researcher first, studying protein chemistry and doing cancer research. And then that avenue allowed me to start being a mentor. And that mentorship allowed me the opportunity to see teaching as a career, as a passion, and as a way of giving back to the community that has really transformed my way of thinking about my role in this society, my role in my family, and that I could make a difference, and that students could make a difference. They truly could make a difference, no matter what grade they were in, because I could hopefully inspire them and give them hope for the future and pass that baton on.
One of the things that Barack Obama said in his presentation was, well, and really Francis even said it in the beginning, but genomics is not for the rich or the lucky. And how does that resonate with you, thinking about your students and the way that it can impact them in the future?
Yeah, that's a great question, Vanessa. I think that for most of my students, because they live in the 21st century of technology and Google, they see it as open access. It's information. And just like Google, it should be accessible. Whether you are middle class, whether you are an immigrant, or whether you come from wealth, that information should be completely accessible, provided guidelines that ensure security. I think my students are most excited that they can come together as a collective. And that collective idea is really what's going to cure cancer. It's going to give us more insight into Parkinson's. It's going to allow us to understand how we can change the climate issue. And that they each have their own part, whether it's just reduce, recycle, reuse, whether it's by how they make their purchases, who they make their purchases with, and how they conduct research. Because when they're in my classroom, they are constantly questioning, why such waste? We understand the need, but why so much waste? And so even students who don't tend to go into genomics or into research, they're asking the questions, which is compelling me to ask the questions, which is really driving a lot of the conversations that I hear here about how Illumina is thinking about it and that they're acting on it. And that's made a huge impact when I go back to the classroom and they start to ask, why so many tips? Why the packaging? And why does it need to be ambient? And those are all amazing topics that I can bring to my students and say, this isn't just a conversation, this is action. And they can actually see it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Have you seen when you have so as an educator, you have had the opportunity to participate in our Illumina Genomic Discoveries program and to bring the iSeq into your classroom. Have you seen that collaboration and innovation in any specific ways in the classroom?
Well, I think for me, because we did the IGD experience at the end of our coursework, it really brought to life the importance of interdisciplinary studies, and that the technique of sequencing, while it is very complicated, it can be applied in so many topics that are very personal to my students. And I think that's really key for my students. It's very different than my generation, where we were asking, well, is this capable? I mean, is this possible? Are we capable of doing this? And in the 90s, we found out, well, absolutely. But as technology advanced and things became faster and cheaper to do, my students were asking, why can't we do it in the classroom? I was just amazed that the technology existed, but they want more. And seeing that they could apply this to their own generation's issues, and that they can take this information now and make a difference now. Whereas in my generation, it was something that was going to happen in the future. Well, the future's now, and we need to make a difference. And it's through teaching these students that they have the power in their hands. We just need to open the doors to allow them to make that difference.
Yeah, it reminds me of when Obama said, we will see change in our lifetime.
Yes. So. Yeah, and they're demanding it. It's not like they want to wait until policy becomes actual action. They want to be a part of that conversation. And for me, that's what gives me hope, that if we can arm them with the knowledge, that they will go out there and make that difference. They'll demand it. And that's amazing to me.
Well, thank you, Mina. Thank you, Ms. Ingram. And I'm so glad to have you here and to be able to be here and be able to share the Illumina Genomics Forum with you and share our technology and our passion. And so.
Well, and I would like to thank you and IGD and the program for providing that opportunity for my students to see what they can do and imagine a world where they can make that difference. So I hope that it continues. I hope that we can expand this even further, and you definitely have a spokesperson in me.
Thank you.
Yes.